What's up, guys? Cipher Pol 808 back again for some more One Piece action. Today we're going to be doing my live reactions to chapter 1028, so let's jump right in. Alright, starting off, looks like we got a color cover page. So what do we got? Looks like we got Nami over here. She got some a headset on with some little cat ears. And then in the background, okay, we got Luffy, Brook, who's that? Robin, Zoro. Alright, we got Frankie in the background looking like Donkey Kong, Sanji. Who's that? Jinbei. Okay, and we got Usopp being the other player playing Nami. Alright, and then we got Chopper down there. Alright, so all in all, definitely a cool color cover page. I like it, but, I definitely want to get back to the action Onigashima, so let's go. Alright, where we got? Alright, so starting off in the guest parlor inside the castle. Do you think I'm lying? I'm not saying that. Alright, so someone's arguing over here. There's a second dragon here. One that's not Kaido. We all saw it. Alright, that must be the devil fruit that Vegapunk created. It was flying with Straw Hat Luffy, meaning the dragon is an enemy to Kaido. Alright, so whoever's talking right now, they know kind of about Vegapunk's attempt to recreate a devil fruit using Kaido as, like, the base and everything. So we gotta be, okay, yep. Going down to CP0 right here. Oh, and just for everyone's essay, it's chapter 1028 entitled Brachiosnakeus. Alright. Sounds good to me. We want these pirates to destroy each other. So why did you call me? Alright, so yep. Alright, we see Cipher Pol over there. They're still having a discussion. We have orders from above. On the freak chance that Kaido actually loses. Alright, so they're, trying to cover all their bases. They're like, we fully expect the pirates to kind of wipe themselves out, or at least, the very least Kaido to come out on top. But on the very rare chance that Kaido loses, like, we gotta be ready for that one too. Alright, what do we got? Okay, so the nation of Wano, unaffiliated with the world government, will be placed under the government's direct control. The ships are heading to Wano already. So does it seem possible? The world government's making their move on Wano. Yo, we were waiting to see when, what was going to happen because, we just had the Reverie not too long ago in terms of in-story time. And it looks like, someone decided they're moving. Sakazuki wanted nothing to do with it, even though there was the whole Big Mom and Kaido teaming up. He didn't care. He's like, we got our hands full. Dealing with the Shishibukai being abolished. But it looks like the government ships, the CP0 called them in anyways. Alright, what do we got here? In the end, what do we do isn't any different from the pirates. Start of battle, 30,000 versus 5,400. Now, 12,000 versus 8,000. It is a fascinating battle, I'll admit. Alright, so they're kind of going over, rehashing what they were starting off with in terms of forces. Now, kind of how the battle has completely almost evened out right now. But I just can't envision Kaido actually beaten. I didn't think so. I'll wait for your report. And there's one more order. Alright, looks like we got Rob Lucci. Looks like that's the one who's answering, the Den Mushi. And looks like Kaku over there. And, okay, and there's one more order about a member of the Straw Hat crew. Alright, so I'm guessing they're going to make a move for Robin, too. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be Robin? Bring back, yeah. Called it, bring back Nico Rob, yes. Alright, so Rob Lucci, he is like 100% dog of the world government. He does what they tell him. And government intelligence agency Cipher Pol, Aegis Zero, Rob Lucci, yes, alright. Okay, now we're going back to the battle. Alright, no matter which way the battle goes, that woman's existence is key to the forces of piracy. It's Nico Robin, capture her, don't kill. Okay, so alright guys, so everybody, it's kind of like they said before, earlier in the story, everyone is going to be after Robin at some point. The Yonko, the Supernova is trying to become, one of the Yonko or to become the Pirate King. Everyone's going to want to be able to read these poneglyphs because it's the only way to get to Raftel to become the Pirate King. So without Robin, you got to have some other kind of slick trick to do it. Like, Big Mom with Pudding and the Third Eye, which, still hasn't exactly worked out. But something like that, an ace up her sleeve, or be able to hear the voice of all things, kind of like how Roger could, hear what the poneglyphs were telling him. He couldn't read them, but he could kind of hear what they were trying to say. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy now. Looks like we're going to have to be protecting Robin in addition to trying to take out Kaido. It's so good to have you around, Brook. It will be done. And, okay, we see Brook over there and Robin. They're kind of, hanging out together. And careful or I'll get carried away. And we see Brook laughing. All right. Okay, so what's going to happen next? Who's going to be the next one to sweep in and try and take Robin? Okay, nope, we're going back outside. All right, so Onigashima above Wano. Yamato, I can't make the clouds. All right, so Momo clearly looking like he's having trouble. Doesn't look like we see any more new clouds. Only 5 minutes left until it reaches the flower capital. All right, so Onigashima, literally right outside the flower capital. And, it's already starting to fall. And whether it falls or whether it lands on the flower capital, it's going to kill tons of people. But if Momo can kind of man up and figure out how to get these clouds generated, and strong clouds at that, to kind of push back against the clouds that Kaido generated, we'll be in business. So he's got to, as Yamato said, we can't be bothering Luffy with this. He's dealing with Kaido right now. So Momo's got to kind of nut up right now. I summon these flame clouds. Poof. All right, and there's this little tiny little flame cloud. I summon thee. If I do not do this, countless people will die. All right, so he's freaking out. He's trying to summon these clouds, and they're not, coming. They're not being summoned the way that he wants. There's not these big-ass clouds that he's hoping for, that he needs to, get wrapped around the bottom of Onigashima. I refuse to let this bomb fall on the city. All right, so at least he's kind of showing that resolve. And we see the flower capital right there, and then kind of in the distance, you kind of see the little darker area of where Onigashima is kind of coming into focus right there. All right. And we see, okay, someone's huffing right there. Okay, so Yamato, she's just kind of huffing and huffing. Listen closely, Momonosuke. Okay, so we're kind of going back. Looks like a little quick flashback to where we were. I'm going to head back to the Skull Dome right now to keep the damage to a minimum in the case of absolute disaster. All right, so he's like, wait, what? What do we got here? The massive armory beneath the Skull Dome contains countless explosives. If I don't do something about them, the worst case scenario could be dozens of times more destructive. All right, so, they're trying to, do everything they can to cover their bases. So right now they're working with Momo trying to generate these clouds to save Onigashima from falling on the flower capital. But Yamato's like, look, worst case scenario, let me go try and do something about the bomb. So at least if it does fall, you can't generate the clouds or whatever. It won't turn into a huge explosion. I mean, it's still going to be a huge impact, but it's not going to be a bomb exploding. It's just going to be a big rock hitting the ground, which, kind of the same thing depending on how high up they are. But, all right. Wait, what? Yamato, are you leaving me here? All right, and you just see her trying to climb up the side of Onigashima right there. Hang in there, Momonosuke. I know. Whoa, a huge roof. Okay, so she's in her full on, I forget what the name of her fruit is, but she's like full on wolf mode right now. That you can do it. All right, so she's going to be trying to run and be quick and swift as she can, trying to get down to that armory. So she doesn't even want to engage in fight. She just wants to, be covert and make it all the way down there. All right, performance floor inside the dome. All right, someone's laughing over here. All right. Okay, we got Queen, and it looks like Sanji taking him on right now. All right, I'm not stopping. Flying pan. All right, so Queen is just coming at Sanji right now. And, of course, Sanji just using his feet to hold him back. He's so heavy. And then we see, he's trying to dodge attacks over there. So come on already. Show it to me. All right, so is Queen trying to call out Sanji and be like, yo, where's that raid suit I know all you kids, you German kids have? Which is going to irritate the shit out of Sanji because he hates having to do anything to be affiliated with the Germa and his family, especially his father, Judge, or his siblings, maybe with the exception of Reiju. I want to see that Germa 60s. Yes! All right, so even Queen's like, yo, let's see it. Come on. All right, and we see Sanji goes flying back right there, and he kind of is like holding his head. He's like, kind of thinking to himself, all right, is he considering it? He's like, shit, am I going to need to bring it out? All right, and then we see, okay, so we see Chopper, and he's still in his little, old man form right there. All right, I know you used that battle suit against King earlier. It made you disappear. That was Judge's science at work, wasn't it? All right, so, Queen recognizing some of his, potentially some of his handiwork that maybe he helped Judge with. Yeah, something's definitely off with my body. Now put on that suit, Vinsmoke. All right, so Queen is like calling him out. He's like, you really think you can beat me without this suit? He's like, put it on. I told you not to call me that. You don't know the first thing about my family situation. All right, so clearly, even with what little peace Sanji made with, the Germa and the Vinsmokes in Whole Cake Island, he still is not a Vinsmoke in his heart. He's a Straw Hat. He's just Sanji of the Straw Hats. He's not Sanji Vinsmoke. Although the world might view him a little differently now. Scratch that. They're not my family at all. I'm not wearing it. All right, so he's trying to refuse it. He's like, no, I don't need it. And then we just see this big beam is being charged up. Black coffee beam. All right. And this all huge beam just being firing off. And we just see Sanji. He's just looking at it. All right. And he looks like he jumps out of the... Okay. He looks like he was able to get out of the way. He's going in for a counter. Diable Jamba. And beam... What is that? Cute grill shot. I don't know. I suck at French terminology and cooking terminology. But you just see all these grill marks appear across the stomach of Queen. Oh, he's just coming in. All right. Okay, we see Queen. He goes flying back. He takes out some of his own guys right there. And then, okay, it looks like... Oh, okay, so we were seeing him in his hybrid form, but it looks like he's going into his full-on Brachiosaurus mode right now. You see his hand. It goes from, like, fingers kind of to just this big-ass hoof right there. And we see Sanji kind of just looking on. There's got to be a better way to break through his dino toughness. All right, so Sanji, he's getting a little worn out. He's taking some beatings from Queen, and, he's hitting them with some pretty solid shots. But, these zones, especially these ancient zones and mythical zones, they're pretty tanky. So Sanji's got to find a way to get past that durability and that tankiness, especially of a dinosaur, zone. In that case, let me stash the mechanisms and show you pure Dino Terror. All right, so what do we got next? Pure Dino Terror. What do you guys think is going to happen? What's Queen going to pull out? All right, dinosaurs ruled the world for hundreds of millions of years. Witness the raw power of the king. All right, so we see him. He's on all fours, and he's kind of just lining up, completely straight. His long neck, his body, and then going all the way out to his tail. Here we go, the true power of the ancients. All right, so clearly they know what attack's coming. They're like, oh, ancient zone power. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. Okay, it looks like he's smacking his tail against the building right there. And it says, Brachiosnakis. What is this? What the hell? Did he just shoot, like, his neck and tail through his body? Like, what the? Okay, and everyone is like, okay, everyone's having the same reaction. I'm like, what the hell is that? Is that how it works? Okay, so even, like, Oh Man Hyo and all the samurai, they're like, what the? Is that how it works? All right, and then Sanji's like, what the hell? He just, all of a sudden, Queen is, like, right in front of him. This, like, worm snake Queen is right in front of him. And he's like, oh, all of a sudden, Queen, it looks like he's wrapping around him right there. Okay, yeah. Caught you napping. This is what the Brachiosaurus can do. Okay, I had no idea Brachiosaurus could, completely detach his neck and, spine and his tail and, like, shoot it out, like... Okay, I don't know what kind of Brachiosaurus this is, but not a single person has ever escaped from the clutches of the Brachiocoilus. All right, Sangoro, okay, and everyone's looking on, he's just getting wrapped up tighter and tighter. The coils are just wrapping around him and squeezing him. All right, so even if he puts on the raid suit, he can go invisible, but how is that going to help him get out of all these Queen coils right now? Even Masters of Color of Armament Hockey. Oh no, Sangoro is going to be crushed to death. Cannot prevent broken bones and ruptured organs from this pressure. All right, so even if he's using Armament Hockey to kind of like, strengthen his body, Queen's like, it's not going to help. I'll still crush you. They all get taken out of commission. All right, so Queen, he's over here monologuing a little bit. He's getting a little ahead of himself, talking a little bit of shit. You're not putting up much of a fight, Judge's son. And calling him Judge's son is just going to, oh, you guys know that's going to piss Sanji off. But if you promise to show me the power of Germa, I could give you a little breather. All right, so will Sanji, you guys think Sanji's going to take him up on this offer and be like, all right, I got, what, my pride, I got to put it aside. I got to win for Luffy's sake. So if my only way to win is to put on this Germa outfit, like, I'll do it. And he's like, no. He's like, never. Just look at that. For a normal Brachiosaurus, that leftover material would be useless as legs on a snake. But I am a scientist. All right, so something else is going to be coming. Master Queen, no, I was only explaining. All right, looks like he fired off a missile right there. Or someone fired off a missile. You idiots. You're only supposed to shoot when I call out brachio launchers like an attack. All right, all of a sudden another one hits him. Ah, Master Queen. Okay, so something is shooting out, cannons from Queen's brachial legs and body right there. All right, and it looks like it's enough to... Okay, yes. So it was enough to kind of, knock Queen silly a little bit, enough to drop Sanji out. Still, my chokehold did the job. You're already dead. Hey, what happened to you, Sanji? Are you alright? I don't know, it hurts. But I can still move. Okay, so he's looking a little messed up right now. Sanji, you look freaky. Did you? Yeah, he's looking like a zombie, looking like Thriller Bark right now. All of your bones are broken. All his leg bones and his arm and his neck, all his bones got, shattered when Queen squeezed him. Oh. Alright, so maybe the raid suit is going to be able to keep him alive and do something to kind of generate some healing in him or something. Or, I don't know. Come on, Sanji, what are you going to pull out of your ass? What's wrong with my body? Alright, so we see him kind of looking like he's snapping too. Oh no, I hope I didn't awaken latent powers like theirs. Alright, so he's kind of having a little bit of a flashback right there to when he was younger fighting his brother. Stupid brat. There, I'm back. Pay attention, Sanji, behind you. Alright, so Queen is recovering right now. He's back into his brachial legs and everything. And looks like he's busting out this big-ass sword. And all of a sudden, he just smacks Sanji inside of the head of it. And it shatters the sword. What the hell? This sucks. I don't want to be a monster like them, so... Yo! Sanji's power is finally awakened. Even without his raid suit, he's going to be like... Oh, okay, so what's his power going to be? I don't want to be... What? And even Queen's like, oh, shit. He's like, what? Okay, alright, guys. So, alright, what are we thinking? Alright, so he already has a suit that helps him to go, full-on stealth, invisible mode. But what is his, kind of his power going to be? Like how Reiju kind of sucks out the poison, and, Niji, and Yonji, and Ichiji, they all have, like, their sparkling red and blue, whatever the hell they do. So I'm curious to see, Sanji, he already has, like, Diable Jambe, and, all those fire attacks, but looking like his body is kind of, I don't know, looking like Gumby over there. Like looking like Luffy a little bit, like he's able to recover or do something with his bones. So, man, I don't know. All you Sanji fanboys out there must be loving this chapter right now. God, there's just so much going on. Sanji, Zoro, Luffy up top. Momo trying to come up with fire clouds or... flame clouds in order to, stop Onigashima from falling on the flower capital. And now, just so much going on right now. And to just see that, okay, something's awakening within Sanji. Like, okay, what do we got here? We already had Zoro looks like Shimotsuki. Now we're having, okay, Sanji's about to be awakening a power. Momo's a big-ass dragon. Like... Everyone's just awakening powers and just taking it up to the next level. And then we got, CP0 calling in the world government and calling in the Navy to kind of take over Wano, immediately take over those resources. All the Kairoseki mines, all the weapons that Kaido is manufacturing, they're looking to sweep in. Even if Kaido doesn't lose, he's going to be pretty damaged. So maybe they're just kind of come in and take, charge because they're already bringing those ships. So they 100% are committed to trying to take over Wano. So whether they take each other out as far as, Luffy and Kaido take each other out, or Luffy takes Kaido out, or, vice versa, like the world government, Cipher Pol, they are like ready to swoop in. So, oh my goodness, guys. That was an excellent chapter. If you guys liked it, if you guys want to see more, like, comment, share, and subscribe. But have a wonderful day.